Thank you for joining me for your health and safety induction. We want you to enjoy and benefit from your student placement experience, but at the same time, we need to ensure as far as we can your health, safety and well-being. This briefing is to help you prepare for your placement and make sure that you have the relevant health and safety information, or at least you know how to get it or find it whilst you're on your placement. Before commencing your placement, you must ensure that you've completed the forms which the placement team will send out to you. If you've got any problems or queries with that, please contact them. So before you go to your placement, you need to think about the travelling aspect. Can you get to and from your placement in good time? If you're using public transport, plan your journey. Remember, train strikes, etc. can all affect your punctuality, so have a backup plan if you can, and keep your phone with you at all times so that if you need to contact your placement provider to let them know you're going to be late, you can do so for whatever reason. If you're driving, you need to make sure that your car or your vehicle is roadworthy, and think about how you're going to park while you're on the placement. Have they got parking facilities? Check beforehand if you can, and avoid parking in the dark or any areas where there may be known crime or anywhere which may be unlit or that you feel unsafe. If in any doubt, don't park there and let us know if you've got any concerns. Will you be working evenings or weekends? Your placement situation might be very different to normal office hours, and it's important that if you've got any concerns about your safety whilst on placement, that you talk to the placement provider or your form tutor or the placement team. As soon as possible after starting your placement provider should arrange for you to have a health and safety induction. That should typically include their procedures, including fire procedures, so what to do if you hear the alarms, how to get out, how to activate the alarms and so on, accident procedures, and any other policies and guidelines, and in particular, any matters of health and safety that are relevant to your role whilst on placement. It's really important that you understand exactly what is expected of you and ask them if you've got any questions if you're not sure about anything. Make sure that you familiarise yourself with other policies that they may have, such as safeguarding, smoking, anything at all that you need to be aware of. Welfare. Do you know where the toilets are, the canteen if there is one? Is there somewhere that you can change your clothing if the placement requires you to wear any particular clothing and store your own whilst you're there? And then the role itself. Really important that you know exactly what is expected of you. Do you need any specific previous experience for the role that you're going to be undertaking and carrying out? Your placement provider should have carried out a risk assessment and identified all the hazards and control measures in place needed to keep you safe. These include things like instruction, supervision, training, personal protective equipment, usually a combination of quite a few of these. But it's really important that everything is in place prior to you commencing and that you do not undertake any task that you haven't had the experience and training and knowledge to do so. If you've got any doubts or questions, you must inform your placement provider and your tutor and the placement team if there's anything at all that you're concerned about. So that's the role itself and the travel and getting there and the induction. But then think about yourself. It's really important that you let your placement provider and your tutor and the placement team know if there's anything at all that you think that they need to be aware of to keep you safe and healthy while you're on your placement. This could be a medical condition, or you could be pregnant, or it could be something else. But there are some working situations that might not be suitable or that might require some reasonable adjustments, in which case we need to know. Another example is that you might have a hearing problem and we might need to make sure that they've got provisions for you to hear the fire alarms if that's the case. If you need any particular support or require anything, for example, an ergonomic keyboard or a special chair, let them know and let us know as well. Really important whilst you're on placement that if you have any kind of incident or accident, you must inform us, as well as completing their accident procedures and making sure that you comply with whatever they expect you to do. But please make sure you let us here at Leeds Trinity University know about them as well. We need to be monitoring your well-being as we go along. And if you have got any concerns, don't leave them till the end of the placement. Flag them up straight away. After your placement, you will be invited to do a briefing, and in which you'll have the opportunity to let us know what went well and what perhaps didn't. And obviously the placements team will be more in contact with you about that. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that you have a fantastic time on your placement and that the experience is everything that you wish for and that you keep safe, healthy and well. Thank you very much.